So we have a new room, and it's a very simple one, and I expect this one to be quick, so... So... we start stuff, we do telnet. So... my memories of actually using telnet long ago are kind of disappearing into... well, it's SSH now, right? So the telnet protocol is an application layer protocol used to connect to virtual terminal of another computer. Using telnet, a user can log into another computer and access the terminal console to run programs, start batch processes, and perform system administration tasks remotely. Telnet protocol is relatively simple. When a user connects, they will be asked for username and password. Upon correct authentication, the user will access the remote system's terminal. Unfortunately, all this communication between the telnet client and the telnet server is not encrypted, making it an easy target for attackers. A telnet server uses a telnet protocol to listen for incoming connection on port 23. Please note that the telnet port is not open on the target VM. Let's consider the example shown below. A user is connecting to telnet D, a telnet server. The steps are as follows. First, he is asked to provide his login name, username. We can see the user entering Frank. Then he's asked for the password. The password is not shown on the screen. However, we display it below for demonstration purposes. Okay, so they're just saying that they type it in like. Once the system checks his login credentials, he is greeted with a welcome message. And the remote server grants him a command prompt. Frank at Bento. The dollar indicates this is not a root terminal. So, telnet machine IP. So, let's continue. Although telnet gave us access, oh my god, access to the remote system's terminal in no time. It's not a reliable protocol for administration. As the data are sent in clear text. In the figure below, we capture the traffic generated by telnet, which is easy to find a password. The figure below shows the ASCII data exchange between our computer and the remote system. The red, I guess we'll do this. The text in red is the text that we're sending to the remote system. While the text in blue is the text that the remote system is sending. Notice how the username was sent back, echoed at us to display them in our terminal. However, the password was not. In other words, if someone is watching us type, they won't be able to see the password characters on screen. But telnet is no longer considered a secure option, especially that anyone capturing your network traffic will be able to discover your username and passwords, which would grant them access to the remote system. The secure alternative is SSH, will we present in the next room. So, which port? Telnet. I'm forgetting it. When did we use telnet? I used it yesterday, or the day before actually. But I'm not remembering telnet port. It's 20. Isn't this a log? Can we see the port here? Whatever. I'll just look at my remembered by not remembering port use. Yeah, 23. I know it was 20 something low, but so HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is a protocol used to transfer web pages. Your web browser connects to the web server that uses HTTP to request HTML pages and images, among other files, and submit forms and upload various files. Anytime you browse the World Wide Web, it was a long time I heard that, right? You are certainly using the HTTP protocol. The image below shows a client requesting the HTML page, index.html, which the web server provides. World Wide Web makes me think words like multimedia, you know? Then the client requests an image, logo.jpg, and the web server sends it. Oh, hoo, hoo. HTTP sends and receives data as clear text, not encrypted. Therefore, you can use a simple tool such as Telnet or Netcat to communicate with the web server. And that's what I did a few days ago, and act as a web browser. The key difference is that you need to input the HTTP-related commands instead of the web browser doing that for you. In the following example, we will see how we can request a page from a web server. Moreover, we will discover the web server version. To accomplish this, we will use the Telnet client. We choose it because Telnet is a simple protocol. Furthermore, it uses clear text for communication. We will use Telnet instead of a web browser to request the file from the web server. And first, we connect to port 80 using Telnet machine IP 80. Next, and there's a space. Nice to remember. We need to type get and right to retrieve a default page. Finally, you need to provide some value for the host, like host telnet, and hit enter return twice. It's kind of funny because I think it was a Rome just before this, right, that I did this in. In the console output below, we could cover the requested page along with a throw of information not usually displayed in the web browser. It's the page we requested is not found, we get 404. So, since I did this a few days ago, I'm not going to look into this much. Of particular interest is in the output. Is that the user needs to type a couple of commands to get the page they need. Oh, we need a HTTP server, a web server, and an HTTP client, web browser to use HTTP protocol. The web server will serve a specific set of files to the requesting web browser. Three popular choices for HTTP servers are Apache, IIS, and Nginx. Apache and Nginx are free and open source. However, IIS is closed source software and require paying a license. There are many web browsers available. At the time, I was thinking, will this be client now? The popular web browsers are Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari. Web browsers are generally free to install and use. Furthermore, tech giants battle for a giant market share for their browsers. Launch the attached VM from the attack box, connect to the telnet to machine 80, and retrieve the flag THM. What does it contain? So let's go to the right screen, and I'm kind of interested in the notes I made a few days ago. Here. So, and we also did it with Netcat. Is it this one or yeah? So here I have connected to FTP and to HTTP. So those are done notes. Let's go to the machine and do it anyway, because we want the flag, right? I did click start the machine, didn't I? It was not started. So we'll have to wait for the actual IP before we can do anything. I should have realized when it's saying machine IP, right? because this hops in here. So we can type the rest. So telnet, and then we need the IP, which will be there in 20 seconds. 10, 10, and then space 80, and I guess oh, now it's 20 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And I usually always start them. I think I clicked it, right? I think I did. So there we have the IP. So 100.116. So, let's scroll up here. So I was right. I did exactly this one, but I think it might not have started yet. I'm just a bit wanting this quickly. So instead of this, we want this file. Let's use this as a copy paste field to edit it. So we want the flag there instead of this one. And I'm cutting that out. Oh, sorry. I was just using this field to edit the get. So cut that and try this again. And now we connected. Started. We use this and 2 enters, and we get the page. Let's see. Bad request. So let's try index 2. Oh, on the wrong page. So what did I do? There. Telnet 10, 10, 100, 116, 80, and let's see. We get a bad request. Let's type it then, I guess. Get. Let's try index.html. Though I think it should work. Those things that didn't work before. So, did I not type the right name before? We'll see. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. Get. I'm just looking for the text, but it was further down. So, flag dot thm, right? And it's port 80. Is this IP? THM, and I copy pasted them before, and now I'm typing them in case, just in case. So it's http/1.1. So why do we get a bad request? So here we're getting a reply. I'm very curious now. Why? So we got this file and we have the flag there, but I'm curious because this is not how we're supposed to get it, you know? Let's see if we can find the reason. Let's start by looking at my notes for when I actually did this and had a successful result. With Telnet. So I just did exactly the same. I did there I did just slash, you know, and I added 200k. Let's try just that for this one too. We can do that. So again, we telnet and we do get. If this doesn't work, you know, it's odd. That too is a bad request. So something is kind of off here. I'm actually terminating the machine. And we're starting it again. And I'm not going to stress about it this time. Instead, let's continue to the next one and try this one in a bit when it's time to start. So, FTP, File Transfer Protocol, was developed to make the transfer of files between different computers with different systems efficient. FTP also sends and receives data as clear text. Therefore, we can use a telnet or netcat to communicate with an FTP server and act as an FTP client. In the example below, we carried out the following steps. We connected to an FTP server using telnet client. Since FTP listens at 21 by default, we had to specify our telnet client to attempt connection port 21 instead of the default telnet port. We needed to provide the username with the command userfrank. Yeah, when I tried this myself, you know, I didn't have a username and password for the machine I tried it on. So, it's nice to try it more with password. We can add this to the notes too. Because we supplied the correct username and password, we got logged in. The command like that can provide some added information. The sys command shows the system type of the target, Unix in this case, passive switch to passive mode. It's worth nothing that here are two modes for FTP. Worth noting. Not noting. Active. In the active mode, the data is sent over a separate channel originating from FTP server port 20. Passive. In passive mode, the data is sent over a separate channel originating from FTP client port above port number 1023. Interesting, because this, yeah, I've both seen other people having it's talking about passive mode, you know. The command, and I've seen it myself, the command type ACE, which is the file mode, transfer mode to ASCII, while type I switches the transfer mode to binary. This is interesting stuff that we need to add to our notes, because I don't have it there, and not that I use FTP a lot, you know. I don't even have FTP notes. Okay, sure. Do I have it like in web exploration maybe? Nah. So it's supposed to be here in network exploration. let's make FTP node. And then I have my example here in Netcat with FTP. And I can list the commands, and when I try to do things, it just tells me user and pass, and I didn't have one for this test. So now we can actually do it more better. So basic FTP commands. For, can I type right there? Why would I want to though? For use. It can be used with Telnet Netcat. So user, username, password, stat, syst, get system type info, passive, I guess. Yeah, I usually do 3 spaces because tabs don't work. If I tab here, it will hop there instead. So switches to passive mode, and then I'm actually going to copy the lines, those active and passive, and then we have type A, so I'm thinking, oh my, I spelled it wrong. Switch is file transfer to switches transfer mode to ASCII. Type I. Okay. Binary. I'm just looking for where it says switches transform to binary. However, we can transfer a file using a simple client as a telnet. Create a separate connection. We cannot transfer files with telnet MC since a separate connection is created. I'm thinking, should I add another port? But I kinda, well, I guess, why not? So, and also, let's So why did I type cannot? Looks kind of funny. So telnet to it, log in, switch into ASCII mode. So we can do all of these things. The image below shows the actual file transfer would be conducted using FTP. To keep things simple in the figure, let's only focus on the fact that FTP client will initiate the connection to FTP server, which listens on port 21. All commands will then be sent over a control channel. Once a client requests a file, TCP connection will be established between them. Beyond the scope. Well, considering sophistication of the data transfer of FTP, let's use an actual FTP client to download a text file. We only need a small number of commands to retrieve the file. After logging in successfully, we get FTP prompt FTP to execute various FTP commands. We use ls to listen files and learn that. And I tried ls, or like, was it like list in the FTP commands for that? Let's go back here and we can open this in a new tab, and this is what I mean. Yeah, there was something. I tried the list, but I was not logged in, you know. So now we can test more things when we have a login and see what we can see there. So we could always do telnet first. To retrieve a file after logging in successfully, ls list file. We switch to ASCII since it's a text file, not binary file. We get file name to get it. FTP servers, FTP clients use FTP protocol with various FTP server software that you can select if you want to host your FTP server. Well, they're not mentioning Total Commander. Why? For FTP clients, you can use FTP clients such as also some web browsers also support FTP. Because FTP sends some browsers, don't all do that. Because FTP sends login credentials along with the commands, and the file is created in clear text. FTP traffic is easy for attackers too. Using the FTP client, connect the VM. Yeah, I was thinking they want us to get a file, right? So let's start with connecting the basic telnet way. And then we switch over. So, since I can avoid typing, so now we actually have the username, Frank. There, I typed something by mistake, I think. No, pass. I'm going to copy the password. And I'm going to make sure I only have the actual text here in the notepad there, so I don't have any odd things. And let's paste that. And we have login successful. Nice. So let's do stat. And let's do syst. It's type ASCII, so meaning we wouldn't have to switch if we would be able to transfer. We can also see what type it is. And then we have PASV to switch to passive mode. I guess why not do it? Entering passive mode. Let's also do help. and see if we can figure out what is switching back. So let's do ACCT. Not implemented. I was thinking that might be active mode, right? Mode. So list. This might be trying to create a separate, to like send a file list as a file, I guess, or something. I don't know what they're doing. So if we do help again now, we're not really there anymore. So it's kinda bye-bye. So this shell didn't go very well. Let's copy this. I shouldn't have used list. That kind of killed it, right? So if we copy this, my god, what's wrong with my mouse? So, sorry. So, let's look at this one. I said quit, and I didn't have to use caps. So quit goodbye should be the normal way to end this, right? And we have the numeric codes here too that I didn't really notice.
Patrick says, you should always using bin and FTP to get the file, when using ASCII it doing translation between different computer formats like CRLF, Windows World, to just LF, Linux World.
Yeah, you know, I used to use FTP, well, back in the day, you know. Actually, when I worked at Compaq Support, we had an FTP server where people could download the drivers and stuff from. I'm that old, sorry. Yeah, so it depends on what you want. If you wanted to translate the text format, you might actually want that, you know. That's why we're told that we should use text format for it to translate. So not always use binary, but use it depending on what you want. If it's a binary file, you want binary, right? And if it's a text file, you might want the new lines and stuff converted. So, because you know, I've uploaded web pages and stuff too with that long ago. So, I was kind of thinking, should I just ugly copy this? We could do that, because I don't want to start another one and connect again. So let's just uglify it in there. Also showing that this works. Did this one even have a quit? Yeah, there is a quit one. Yeah, so let's see. On the VM, if we go down here and do quit, might we actually hop out? Right, yeah, we did. So let's get the actual message. Sorry, tabbing in the wrong machine. So that one said goodbye, but this one just there. So now now let's use FTP. There. Let's see. And of course FTP would know what port FTP is. I'm just thinking, let's try the things they did. Just so we have it in the notes. That's why we're doing it. And if I was doing this room without anyone watching, you know, I would have just run through it. So I'm kind of doing it in case someone is watching or will be watching in the future that don't know these things. So that's why I'm more thorough for them. But if you have information to teach me more things, I'm grateful. So 10, 240, 43, and it was Frank. I actually had a colleague called Frank once. Okay, I'll type it this time. D2 XC 9 C there. So login successful. Type Unix. It's checking and it's telling us. So they wanted to do ls, so let's do ls. Right, we have a file to download too. So yeah, and they wanted us to switch to ASCII, so let's do that.
LSL.
You want me to LSL? I'm not sure if it works here, you know, it's still a full listing. Can't do options. I know you can do like ls and do a subdirectory name. So if you do ls mail there, we should see that. Yeah, and there's more directories there. Let's look at the help here, right? Because there are several different ways to get things, and their suggestion is to just get, but I know there are more than one get. So we have mget. I think mget is the one you can do recursive, right? So if we wanted to just get everything, and this is in, yeah, tshmn map, so I don't spam something with files. So what if we would let's notes. Oh gosh, it's allergies. My eyes are itching. I have eaten allergy pills. It's the springtime. So let's search here for. I think it's just if I go mget, right? No, this is not what I'm looking for. This is just, that's a box. This might be too. It's just, yeah. So I didn't find it this way. So I'm going to Google. FTP. Is it mget? I don't know. So Microsoft. Retrieve multiple files from a remote server. Maybe I could just do star or something. Copy a single file, use get. Copy multiple files, use mget. You can supply a series of individual file names. You can use wildcard characters. Yes, but I want them all. Get them all. Let's just try star and see what happens. So I should have just tried instead of googling, I guess. Mget star. Get mail there. Yes. Failed to open file. Extended passive mode. And that's support number then, I guess. Mget readme. Should I say A for probably all instead, maybe? Let's try A. So it couldn't get me. It might be that there are no files on this. I'm kind of curious now, but I don't want to spend all day on that. So we can save that to another day. So, warning. Files may not have transferred correctly. So, if we just open a new one and we'll look at it. We got the readme too. Let's start with the. It's a very, 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 very nice file. Lorem ipsum. So let's get this one here, I guess. I did not click right click. My mouse might be dying. It might just say bye bye. We'll see. So we confirmed that star did work, but I think it might have tried to download it as a file, the directory, not knowing it was a directory. So we could always click the first link here to Microsoft. Might be better. Remote file. AB. Yeah, so whatever. There. So I think my first web page.
I think you have to provide some flags when starting FTP to get rid of them JAWSing every time. Or set that option in FTP command line.
Yeah, possible. But I don't mind the questions though. I kind of like to let it asks and I can decide. The only thing here was let's just scroll up. No, it's over here, right? The only thing is A and N for no, P for Q for what? Quit? What could P be? We're in passive mode, this can't be passive. I'd like more information, that's the only thing. But I think that we could also do like help and get multiple files. That's not very helpful. So what if we do mget help? Nothing, because it's trying to get a file called help and it's no file help called help. Yeah, I don't need to dig in this anymore. What I'm going to do is to copy it, and we probably want also the exit. I think it's just exit here, right? So if we copy this,
help mj.
Yeah, that's what I did here. Sometimes you can get more information by let's just go up to the top by including more information or changing it. So that's why I did it the other way around too. Right, we don't need to actually switch screens because the knobs are on the same screen. So here, and this need to be SH2, of course. So this bit is not useful because LSL apparently didn't do anything. So switching to ASCII mode, and then we can ls a sub there without entering it, which is nice. I don't want to look in all the directories. Here there might be something to show, like all the tree. That's what I'm thinking. That might be useful. FTP 3. Okay, there are options. Oh my god, that's annoying. This popping up. So, what would be the fastest way to recursively retrieve entire directory list of the FTP server using whatever? I don't need to download any files, just directory file names. Basically what LSR does. The best way we can do this is, okay, we get spider, no, remove listing FTP. I guess we can try this, just to try it, right? We have FTP on this one. This will create empty directories. No, I don't want that. No. You probably need to use a real FTP client on the FTP. Find questions. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Someone said we get our FTP. So did they say they wanted retrieve? No, they want a listing. They don't want the directories. Oh, whatever. Let's just skip that. So we have notes on this. Let's just make sure that there's nothing we don't need here. We supplied login password. We did ls. We ls another directory. We did help. We tried this, and I tested a few different. The A1 could have been a port, but it was not, because it got the file. And let's see. Oh, power out in my ear. Hello, it said. Battery full, that's nice. So, this is okay, you know. That was just to have an example here. Just so we have an example. Now where is SMTP? Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Email is one of the most used services on the internet. So do you know where my first email was? It wasn't the BBS actually. Oh my god, was it FidoNet? Was ABC something? Oh, I don't remember it even anymore. That's kind of funny. Email is one of the most used services on the internet. There are various configurations for email servers. For instance, you may set up an email system to allow local users to exchange emails with each other. Alright, I used Pine then. With no access to the internet. However, we will consider the more general setup where different email servers connect over the internet. Email discovery over the internet requires the following components: mail submission agent, mail transfer agent, mail delivery agent, mail user agent, and this is new to me. I guess I have not cared deeply. I've never set up on my own mail server, like, except for ISP ones, where you don't really do anything, it's just from removing the earbud.
FidoNet BBS using Userbotics Query modems.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, and I had an IBM XT. Do you know those? This. Cool.
Yes.
That's fun. And a few years back, when my kids came, I threw it out. I think I just threw it out in the trash, went to the dump with it. And that's so sad. I would have liked to have it back now. It was no damage or anything. I think someone said just a keyboard was kind of expensive now. Why? I do have an Amiga 1200 with an 060 in the attic though, if it works. And a CD and an external hard drive, and it was like a whole mess on the table there. Not that I don't have a mess on the table with the PC, but so I actually started with PCs, and my hubby wanted to do Amiga stuff, so I got an Amiga. You may set up an email system, and I read this. More general setup where different email servers connect over the internet. The above four terms may look cryptic, but they are more straightforward than they appear. Cryptic, transfer, delivery, well, yeah, I guess. So now they're using the short names that no one remembers from reading them once. So, this is funny. Very funny. So I'll have to go and look for all of them. Mail user agent. Okay, so the user agent is on the computers, the PCs, of course. Then we have a 1. Then we have MSA. Mail submission agent.
Lord Enver Gortash says, hello.
Welcome in, Lord Enver Gortash. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great day. So I'm confused by the numbers, and is it saying that MUA, which is number 4, or the numbers here have nothing to do with this? This is just the order things happening in. So okay, disconnect. MSA is the mail submission agent. And where is it? It is on this server on one side, but it is what's receiving then, I guess. Then the mail transfer agent is what sends it through the internet. And then a MTA here, mail transfer agent, is what transfers it through the internet. An MDA, delivery agent. So MSA and MSA and MDA are both communicating server to user, right? And these are just communicating on the network. Looks logical. The figure shows the following 5 steps that the email needs to go through to reach the recipient's inbox. Mail user agent, MUA, or simply an email client, has an email message to be sent. The MUA connects to a mail submission agent, MSA, to send its message. The MSA receives a message, checks for any errors before transferring to a mail transfer agent. Yeah, so there's a communication there internally in the machine to the MTA server, commonly hosted on the same server. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. But kind of in the same location. The MTA will send the email message to the MTA of the recipient. The MTA can also be function as a mail submission agent, MSA. Okay, so these could be integrated into each other then. So well, this was kind of the step above here. Oh, whatever. The typical setup would have an MTA server also functioning as a mail delivery agent. Yeah. And the MSA, I guess. It's all in the same. The recipient will collect its email from the MDA using the email client. Those steps sound confusing. Consider the following analogy. Now they're going to complicate things, right? You want to send a postal mail. The post office employee. No, let's just skip the complications. In the same way, we need to follow a protocol to communicate with an HTTP server, and we need to reply on email protocols, talk with MTA and MDA. Very logical. The protocols are a simple mail transfer protocol and a post office protocol. It's not very often you hear this written out. POP. POP sounds too great to change it to whatever it stands for, right? An IMAP. Internet Message Access Protocol. We explain SMTP in this task and will elaborate on POP3 and IMAP in the following two tasks. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is used to communicate with an MTA server because SMTP uses clear text. Actually, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to in the notes, should we have several for these? Let's make a note that's like email theory, and I'm just putting the link there for now. So I just put it like that. So if I'm thinking like I remember that I had a good source for this information. Where was it? I want to explain it, or I want to remember something. In the same way, we need to so so because SMTP uses clear text, where all commands are sent without encryption, we can use basic telnet client to connect to a SMTP server and act as an email client, MUA, sending a message. This is kind of cool, right? I've never done this, so I've done the other ones. SMTP server listens to port 25 by default. To see basic communication with SMTP server, we use telnet to connect to it. Once connected, we used Halo hostname. Halo. And start typing our email. Ah, that's cool. That's so cool. Let's make a note. That's called SMTP, right? If I don't have one, I don't think I do. Right, so SMTP. Let's have basic facts, like what it's actually. Listen on port 25 by default. So I'm thinking, let's just scroll down to the rest of the page. It's not much. After hello, we use mail from to indicate the sender and the recipient. Then we send our email message. We issue the command data and type our message. we use CRLF, enter, to input in simpler terms. The SMTP server knows null queries a message. Generally speaking, we don't need to memorize SMTP commands. The console output above aims to help better explain the typical mail client does when it uses SMTP. So, connect to the SMTP port VM or flag you can get. Okay. So, I guess, is it in like this start information? Because we're not going to send a message, right? With this level of uncomplexity. So I'm going to clean up a bit in the let's switch over so you can see. Let's clean up a bit here. I think we have everything copied, and we had a new one that was MD. And this one too. We don't need a million fronts, right? Terminals, consoles, whatever we would call them. So let's telnet to our IP. Telnet 10 240 43 and port 25. And there it is, that I expected it to be in like the start information. But we want to play with it too. I'm just pasting it in so we have it done. There, so now let's see. If we do, so the hello one, let's actually see if we can get help here. No. So hello, it might have been something else too, of course. So hello, they're using just saying telnet, so I guess it's I'm curious. So mail from 1 to 3. No, not mail. RC PT 2 4 5 6. Receiving address rejected. User unknown in local recipient table. Nice. So from we can set to anything. But RCPT 2 colon. If we do nothing, yeah, it doesn't work. That's nice. In their example, it's just as okay, right? So let's say RCPT 2, and this is what could possibly work here. They don't want us to do it more, but I want to test it. Can we do like test?
Patrick says, and we are still using this protocol as bad. We quit only using ASCII, and our 8-bit files have to be encoded with uencode/base64, and it grows 30%.
Yeah. That's funny. Very funny, actually. That test. Relay access denied. Cool. So what if we do an actual email? So it realized that was a possible email address, but it couldn't use it. So if we do I need a colon too. If we do like Sophia at, and you're allowed to mail me if you want. It's not secret. So fix@42.com. Let's see. Relay access denied. So I guess it's because it's not really have any access to the internet at all. So nothing helps to make it work. But we can do, let's just see if we type data now. Yeah, because we need a valid recipient first. So let's just exit, quit, and we try again, and let's do exactly what they did. Hello telnet, and if it's not, it's just not set up to be able to even test, right? Mail from colon. Yeah, so they didn't add anything there. It just said okay. I guess they've been removing information. So this example, it's just an example and we can't do anything. So I'm just going to copy this as the example because I can't make my own, which is kind of sad, right? I would prefer to test it all myself, not just get the header. Maybe we would have even gotten this if we used Nmap. Oh, that's horrible. Let's just first try that. Yeah, so if I do this and this, and then we sh it there. I'm just scrolling, checking that I didn't miss anything. There's not much information in this, right? It's the commands, they're all there. Data, we can queued as well. The enter.enter is kind of obvious, right? Subject, and then we do enter. It's in the notes there. We must make a new line to hop down here. This is funny. I know it's 19 because my reminder popped up, right? Don't forget to do some for Hack Me. So I'm kinda, I would like to know more, but let's continue. And I'm thinking I will do this room finished today, hopefully. I'm making a new node called pop3, and I guess we'll actually add the name of it. You know, I did make the email theory one. I put this one here, but let's also put it in the places, because there were more information, you know? So I usually put links on top, so it doesn't disturb the other stuff. And let's put it on top here too. So let's check this one out. Are used to download the email messages from a mail delivery agent server. As shown in the figure below, the mail client connects to the POP3 server, authenticates, downloads a new email message before optionally deleting them. The example below shows
POP3 next using user and pass command using port 110.
Yeah. So let's read it in the right order. The example below, so it's the same image. I don't know why they added it again, but the example below shows what a POP3 session will look like if conducted via a Telnet chat client. First, the user connects to POP3 server at the POP3 default port 110. Authentication is required to access the email messages. The user authenticates by providing the username and password. Using the command stat, let's see, stat, we get the reply OK based on RFC. Positive response to stat has the format plus OK NNMM, where N is the number of email messages in the inbox and MM is the size of the inbox. Okay. The command list provided a list of new messages. So list 1 messages on the server and retrieve the first message in the list. We don't need to concern ourselves with memorizing these commands, however. It's helpful to help strengthen our understanding of the search protocol. Let's see if we can do it, and if you can't, then we have tried at least, right?
Have done this a lot in the past at internet support at Telia, to remove users' mail. Smile.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, to remove users' mail when they were no longer a customer then? To pop. What's the response? Okay, so we should remember the responses, but of course we will. Yeah, so this we will get automatically when we try it. So it's intended that we should try it, which means that we probably can use it, right? So telnet 10, 240, 43, 110. Okay, hello there. Isn't it cute?
No just spams and none empty mailboxes.
Okay. So, you should just delete people's mail. I don't think, spam and non-empty mailboxes. So people were not supposed to have mail there? Right? They were supposed to delete them? I'm curious.
Delay command.
Yeah, but I mean, if my ISP deleted my mail, I would go crazy. You get what I mean? You can't just delete people's emails. There must be a reason. If you find spam, that's one thing, but not to delete everything, right? So hello there. We're supposed to do user. Let's try. Well, okay. Again, user Frank. So I'm supposed to not be slow now because it's disconnected.
No empty POP3 and leave IMAP.
So let's see. Control C. Oh, that's so annoying. I added Shift 2. That's why. Control Shift C in the browser is not a smart thing to do. So we have pause. Okay, logged in. So now we're supposed to do stat. And it seems not to care about the... Okay. So list.
Empty? Translated from Polish.
Yeah, I'm actually going to try, just to make sure. Yeah. We don't have anything to retrieve, so the next one is kind of boring. Yeah, there's no number, there's no messages. We can't. Why couldn't they set it up so we could get the same nice output like this, right? Why? Wouldn't that have been nice? Would it have been that hard to do it? Why? I don't get it. I don't get why we can't have a nice output as they do. You learn from doing, not from reading. So I just pasted this in here. That's what I did. So we have all the commands.
You could mail via SMTP.
But you want to get your mails through POP, right? So,
Wise. Translated from French.
So then you don't want to delete people's mail. Or you meant that you went into SMTP and what? The example above shows that the commands are sent in clear text. Using Telnet was enough to authenticate and receive an email message. As a username and password are sent in clear text, any third party watching the network traffic can steal the login credentials. In general, your mail client will connect to POP3 server, authenticate, and download message. Although the communication using POP3 protocol will be hidden behind a sleek interface, similar commands will be issued.
Do you get into command line in this box?
No, I think it's just that we try these different things. We'll see, but I think it's just trying IMAP and then we're done. So we're just trying with Telnet to communicate with them. And there's not actually, they don't seem to be set up to work. When we tried just creating a mail, we couldn't use even a real email address, we couldn't use a test one, we couldn't use nothing, we couldn't do anything. And their example had nothing and then he said, okay. So they don't seem to have any connection to anything, or, I guess they wouldn't want us to be able to send emails from there to the internet anyway. But still, I'll have to try setting up my own mail server. I'm sorry, my nose itches so from the allergy. Yeah, so I copied this, I pasted this in the notes, but I didn't read all of it, I think. Third party watching could see it in general. All the communication process will be hidden by a sleek interface. Similar commands will be issued as download session below. Above. Based on default settings, the mail client deletes the mail message after it downloads it. The default behavior can be changed from the mail client settings. Yeah, and I always keep it up there, Downloads emails again from another mail client. Since I use both my phone and my computer, different things, I have the mails sorted on there. It's the same mail account of multiple clients using POP3. Is usually not very convenient, as one will lose track of read and unread messages. To keep all mailboxes synchronized, we need to consider other protocols such as IMAP. Yeah, so go to the VM. What is the response to stat? It was, let's go back to the box. OK 00 plus OK 00.
Have you test the user pass and name with SSH or do some port scan into the box? Like an elite
No.
hacker, smile, smile.
Yeah, but I feel I just want to do this quickly to continue to more interesting stuff. That was my like thought on this. There are 0 email messages. I think this is so sad that they couldn't have done it more fun, you know? So I just want to finish this junior penetration testing one, because the Nmap ones that I did before this were very like basic too. So we were disconnected now from the telnet. Internet message. Right, we need to make notes. So for the notes, we want the name. We want the URL to this one, in case we want those details that we're not getting, because we probably never look at it that way. It's more sophisticated. Then POP3, it might make it possible to keep your email synchronous across multiple devices. In other words, if you mark an email message as read when checking your email on your smartphone, it will be saved on an IMAP server replicated to your laptop. Let's take a look at the sample IMAP commands. Yeah, mail is always a bit of a mess, right? It's and my tea is probably drinkable now.
Left some great mail with some love. How easy it was before to connect to SMTP and POP3, to spoof the email address and so on.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently I could type anything there as the sender email. I should just type anything. Didn't check that one. It's kind of warm in here. So let's just see. It's 19. Yeah, cause I have Gar's event later. No, that was not what I intended to do. I was just going to open another one. One second. So, I managed to make it not be noisy. Nice. 2 seconds. So I want to just pre-check a bit who's online for later. So, so I made a note on IMAP. Let's read it.
Now we using TLS and so on to connect. You can use OpenSSL to do the same, but now more secure and encrypted.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Why is it so warm in here? Let's see what temperature. I thought it was going to be a cold day outside. I have to see. So it's supposed to be just like 9 degrees outside. Not very warm. Well, so what weather do you have? Is it nice weather? tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny. Let's take a look at IMAP commands.
70 degrees Celsius in Hudding.
Yeah. So we're kind of close. So we'll probably almost have like the same one. I just checked the YR app for. I think you actually have the tab up still. Yeah, here. So weather is going to be better tomorrow. Oh, and look, Sunday will be nicer. It's still just 17, right? I always use their weather. It's kind of nice. I made a Python script to get the numbers too. We'll see if I integrate it into my little assistant thingy. Maybe that image too, because it's nice, right? I like this one. And this seems to update since yesterday. It keeps updating. And that's my birthday. So we'll see. Maybe tomorrow or during the weekend, depending on how much I do with my family tomorrow. There'll be like a birthday stream, I guess. I'm thinking of the robot. We need to get the robot arm. We need to do that programming, right? Need to get it working. Not just build it. So let's take a look at the sample IMAP commands. In the console output below, we use telnet. Authenticate this. Oh, it's really warm here, seriously. Each command to be preceded by a random string to be able to track the reply. So we had C1, C2, and so on. I'll try and do the same. We'll see what works. Then we'll listen our mail files using list before checking if
my was on Sunday but was more rain day smile.
What's on Sunday? You mean your birthday? If you just said your birthday, then congratulations. Oh, so congratulations on your birthday. Grattis på födelsedagen.
Checks.
So I'm kind of thinking, oh, I'll turn off all the lights now, cause
52.
Oh, 52. Okay, so you're 3 years. You have 3 years more than I do. So next year, I guess I'll celebrate more, probably. We'll see. So we're almost the same age, almost the same place. Nice. Because I realized you're not like a toddler from you knowing, stuff about old stuff. I'm thinking, should I even read this, when we list our mail files using a list before checking if we have any new messages. We don't need to memorize these commands, the same as it is said for all of them. It's clear that IMAP sends login credentials in clear text, as we can see in the command. Yeah. Anyone watching the network traffic would be, would they know it? So, what is the default port used by N? And we have 143 up here. So, I guess let's do it anyway, We're not doing it to answer the question. We're doing it to learn. So let's again telnet to the same, but actually just another port. 143. Okay, capability. IMAP children in space thread. Okay, So it's kind of the same as they have. And they just type login, and I'm going to go lowercase again, and I think it works. Frank, and I guess I'll type the password. XC. The sad part is that if I type it many more times, I will learn it. You know, I don't want to learn this thing. There. No error in IMAP command. Okay. No error. I guess it's saying this doesn't exist, right? That was the cutest thing. I'm going to actually copy theirs. Yeah, it's supposed to be C1 first. C1. But I'm not typing it again. It was annoying enough to type it once. So let's paste it. So C1 first. It requires each command to be preceded by a random string to be able to track the reply. Okay, so the C1 will have a C1 at the
I think
reply.
You have to provide session token.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as this, but they were just doing C1, C2, but it's a random thing. So the next one they're using C2. C2 list. So to look at the text there, then we listen to our main mail folders using list. Before checking if we have any new messages. So if I scroll down on theirs, yeah, they have C3 for this is to be able to connect these together. So we could do C3 or we could do whatever, but let's be logical. That's a nice thing. So examine. Is this really the command? So I'm not typing the output. Examine inbox. So flags, draft answer flag deleted since sent. Okay, read only okay. And what they do next is to log out. So, well, I guess there are lots of commands there, and they're a bit too complicated to do by the command prompt. That's what I get from that. So, no error. We can't log out. No, because we need the C for log out. So, command received. It doesn't get it at all if we don't do these. So let's actually copy our own now. Now we actually have... Oh, that's so annoying. If we copy this one... Sorry. There, and put ours here instead. But... let's remove the bad tests here. That one was bad, and... so where's I had to restart it, right? It kind of disconnected, so I had to restart it, and then it's correct there from start. And this looks kind of exactly like theirs, so we're not getting anything extra from if we would use theirs. So yep. Yes, it's like exactly the same, just this thing is different. Compared. So we already answered the question. This room covered various protocols, their usage, and how they work under the hood. Many other standard protocols are of interest to attackers. For instance, server message block (SMB) provides shared access to files and printers between networks, and it can be an exciting target. However, in this room intends only to give you a good knowledge of a few common protocols and how they work under the hood. One room, or even a complete module can't cover all the network protocols. Yeah. The port numbers, let's make sure they're all in my port list. So where's the port? Here, port use. So I have 21, 80 of course. I don't have 143, so let's add 143 here. Yeah, and it's TCP. I just wanted to check that it's TCP, all of them. I'm assuming, because of this kind of communication, but still. So I'm up, and then we have 110, POP3 is already in my list. SMTP, yeah, it's already there, and the only one that has capital letters, I'll change it. SMTP there, and then we have Telnet also already in my list there. So these are just like some basic parts. But there was one I had not before, which was IMAP. By this you completed the 7th room of network security. Please proceed. Well, when we click complete, I guess we will end up there. So